If you don't really know Mike, you're just looking at him and think, oh, pretty boy, because that's what the fuck I thought. Cover model. That's what if you're just looking at the external. But internally, one of the nicest, down to earth, honest motherfuckers that you ever go meet. And that's Michael Hearn, but you gotta get to know him. If you don't, beauty's only skin deep. The motherfucker look good, beautiful on the inside too.
Mike's legacy to the sports on a professional level, I'd say Mike is known as, he's I'll call it foundation in the sport, right? A foundation in the sport that I'd want my kids to grow up to follow, right? Not the big ego, humble nature, caring, really showing. So I think he's what you'd say you want to have someone grow up to be and aspire to be. So he's a great inspiration, great motivation, but also has that teaching mentality, which is just what the sport should be about.
But the one thing that a lot of people don't know about Mike, unless you really, really know about him, of course everyone knows he's a big dork. He's just a big nerd, a kid at heart, but he is very spiritual. He's within his core, he is very intuitive. If I was to say one thing to Mike, and it's not even one thing, or even one sentence, it's basically, thank you. Thank you for being who you are, for what you do, for what you represent, and for the light that you bring into this world.
Mike is one of the kindest human beings I've ever encountered in every aspect. He just exudes kindness. He shows everyone the same level of respect, and I think that's amazing. It's the one thing that stands out the most about him.
So the impact that Mike's had on me comes down to leadership. He gave a very good quote in our first time we worked with him, where he said, "I'm not here to create followers or collect followers, I'm here to create other leaders." That's had a dramatic impact on me as a leader, realizing that it's not just about how many people that are looking up to you or noticing you, it's about actually how many people are you deeply impacting and what kind of level of, how are you impacting them on how they impact the people that they come in touch with.
He is literally in the best shape of his life at 50 years old, and that goes to show something. You can always become better with anything in life if you put your mind to the right things and put your attention to the right goals.
The impact that Mike has had on me personally is his ability to want to guide and motivate people, want to share his knowledge of what he does. Listen, Mike is a very genuine guy. I've known him for a number of years. He just, he is who he is. He makes no, he's not trying to be somebody else. He loves what he does. It translates in how he talks about his passions, which is health and fitness. The love he has obviously for his dogs is something that translates into his life, and now with Mona and the baby coming, but and his friends, he's a very caring guy.
so beautiful.
There he is.
Happy birthday.
How much did you pay her, boy?
Come here.
How do you blush under all that spray tape?
Would you mind if I sang a little song?
I would love it. Am I stripping now?
Do it! Come on!
Keep it on, Mike. Keep it on.
Sorry.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday, Mr. President.
Happy birthday, Mr. Title. Happy birthday to you. Everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Simon. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Thank you Marilyn Monroe. You're beautiful, beautiful. Steve, Judy, Mona, incredible night. Thanks everybody. You guys, a lot of you came from so far to come in for this, and I know Gavin, 5 minutes is far for you. Seriously, it has been an incredible journey, and a lot of you have been there for the majority of it. And I'm still here and we're still having fun. But seriously, tonight, thank you for coming out for this. And again, let's have some fun. We got some more surprises coming up after this. Yeah, we do. Yeah, you're not going to bed yet. I'm staying up past 9:30, so you stay up. This is going.
As far as I remember, the first time I saw Mike was on American Gladiators. And I thought, oh, this guy looks good. And it's not the American Gladiators of the 2000s. This is the old American Gladiators. It was the first time I saw Mike. And it wasn't until years later that I found out that he was only like 19, 20 when he did that. Yet he was beating guys twice his size, you know, who were older than him. That impacted me in one way with Mike because I had no idea how big of an influence he was going to be in my life. You know, me and Mike, we became friends through a threat. A mutual friend of ours threatened both of us that if we didn't put our egos away, he's gonna break both our legs. And he's the only guy in MMA who could do it. But me and Mike, once we combined, we realized we had a lot of the same mentalities. We pushed each other, we pulled each other, we made each other want to be better, be greater, and do more things. So at the end of the day, we always looked out for each other.
He's just allowed me to raise my game when I thought I was retired and I was kind of moving on to complacency, and just seeing what he still does at our age inspired me not to be lazy and to set new goals and redefine myself at this age. So it's definitely motivational, not just physically, but also the way that he manages himself and treats other people. It just makes me pay attention to being a good person and taking care of myself and others.
What legacy is Mike leaving in the sport? I'd say just probably a very positive, uplifting, empowering legacy of pursuing your goals and your dreams, and in a positive, influential, motivational way. So many people have bad examples to follow, opting for a better word there, misguided, whatnot, and his is a very clear and concise, positive, empowering way that makes you want to do something, makes you want to have a good legacy that people follow and deemed to emulate.
Mike's a genuine guy. You know, from day one that we met, he was always there to say hello, very respectful to not only myself but my family, and we just love him, and we wish him the best birthday ever.
If I could say one thing to you right now, Mike, it would be this, is I honor you equally as the human being you are. You know, what stands out is what you've done in this industry, but what you show over and over again is when you're a quality human being, you're able to sustain what you're doing in your craft, in your profession, in what you're most passionate about. So thank you for showing me over the years and showing everyone else that it's not about just being good in your craft, in your profession, but it's about being a great human being. And I think it's just a fabulous example for everyone. So thank you. One thing that people don't know about Mike is, I've known Mike for 32 years actually. We were bouncers in a teen nightclub in Seattle, Washington. And this was back in the time when the Washington Huskies, I think, were #1 in the country, the football team. And they came in and they wanted to pick on the big guy because they were the big guys. And so about 4 or 5 guys on the Washington Huskies team started chit-chatting with Mike. Mike had one of them down in a move and couldn't even freaking breathe, and the rest of the guys scared to death. He let the guy go, and the rest of them all walked out the door. Gentle giant. He didn't do anything too aggressive. He was quick. He was precise to control the situation, diffuse the problem, and they were gone. So that was our fun experience as bouncers with Mike.
Mike's impact on me has been to look at everything in the long game. So, you know, Mike and I both started at a similar age, even though he's a little bit older than I am, and just watched him stay injury free and stay everything long game, you know. So every time I looked at my training, I always looked at how my training was going to affect me today, tomorrow, next year, and 10 years from now. That way, when I'm his age or older, I'll still be in good shape like he is. Mike's legacy to the sport is the fact that I don't think anybody's lasted as long as him. You know, he is able to stay insanely strong and lean almost completely year-round, and shows that dedication is the major key to success of almost anything. So if you see his dedication of going into the gym at 4 in the morning, when if he didn't want to, he could go in at any time he wanted. He gets up at the 4 in the morning, I think, to test himself every day, and I think that should be commendable to anyone.
I'd say keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring and motivating and helping hundreds of thousands of people, more than you'll ever know, and you built a legacy in this sport, but also just in this world that'll far outpace you. Can't wait to see Titan Jr. being brought up and carry on that legacy.